Well, I can definitely say that this film gave me the need for speed. So I just saw Top Gun Maverick, and this film is absolutely incredible. It is by far the superior Top Gun film. Everything about this film is better directed, better edited, better shot, better looking, better acted than the original Top Gun. But even still, it pays so much respect to the original Top Gun. Like, the opening sequence of this film is just the opening sequence to the original Top Gun. The film itself, narratively, is just the original Top Gun, but it's done in a way similar to The Force Awakens, but also much better than, say, Force Awakens, where it pays respect to the legacy of Top Gun. It pays respect to the characters of Top Gun, namely Maverick, because obviously the film is named Top Gun Maverick. And it is narratively the progression of the original Top Gun. It's just that overall, it's just done in such a spectacular way. Tom Cruise's Maverick is just incredible. I mean, it's Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is just... he's so good. There is a reason why Tom Cruise is one of the best action stars, movie stars of all time, because even nowadays, he's nearing his 60s and he's still releasing quality films, and he is still giving quality performances in these films. He is just insane. I mean, he appears on screen and he hasn't missed a beat. He is still Maverick. Yes, this is an older Maverick, but Tom Cruise is still channeling Maverick in his performance. He's still really charming and charismatic, but also because he is much more older and wiser and learned, it does feel very impactful when he is teaching these young group of cadets to go on this dangerous mission. It's really great stuff. And that's also another aspect of the film I really enjoyed, was the cadets, the team that he teaches in Top Gun to do this deadly and dangerous mission. The dynamic all the cadets had with each other was fantastic, and seeing Maverick take on the position of a teacher was really well done. It's funny, the more I think about this film, the more I think this is like the perfect legacy film. And look, not to go on a massive tangent about Star Wars or anything, but looking at this film, it's kind of crazy to me how The Force Awakens wasn't something like this, where you bring back Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker, and he has a Jedi Academy of all these young Jedi, and he trains them to be stronger and a more cohesive unit. Like, how was this, like... I don't know. Star Wars tangent aside, this film is great. I love the teacher-student dynamic Maverick has with the younger cadets. And the younger cadets are just fantastic young actors. And also, seeing Miles Teller in this was a nice surprise, because you know when a young and up-and-coming actor becomes incredibly popular, and so they do a bunch of films, and they're in the cultural zeitgeist for, you know, a good, like, 5, 6, 7 years in a row. And then they take a little break from acting, and you're kind of like, wait, where did they go? Or they've just been in smaller projects, but still, you notice their absence. And then all of a sudden, you see them in a trailer for something, and you're like, oh, whoa, they're in this? That's cool. Like, I saw Miles Teller in the trailer for this, and I was like, oh, damn, Miles Teller's in this. That's great. And he plays Goose's son, and if anything, that is one of the emotional core elements of Top Gun Maverick, is the dynamic between Maverick and Goose's son. The conflict in their relationship is the driving force, the payoff that happens in the third act, and it's so spectacular. It all just builds up to the third act, which is just incredible. When they do the mission successfully, but then Maverick gets blown out of the sky and you think he's dead, you're kind of just like, wait, what? And then you have Miles Teller's Rooster, I'm pretty sure that's his code name, go and save Maverick, and then they're on this whole sequence where they have to get into one of the old jets from the original Top Gun, the F-14, and they have to fly it all the way back to their base ship, but then they get attacked. It's just such an incredibly thrilling and exciting and just overall tense climax. It's so good. And the resolution to their emotional conflict in the film was also incredibly satisfying, because we find out that Maverick actually pulled Rooster's papers from the Navy, setting back his career by 4 years, which then turned Rooster against Maverick. And that's all because Maverick made a promise to Goose's wife that he would protect Rooster and basically keep him from harm. And I really loved the moment between Maverick and Jennifer Connelly's character Penny, who was essentially his love interest for the film, basically telling her the reasoning why Rooster doesn't like Maverick. And it all boils down to the fact that Goose's wife told Maverick to pull Rooster's papers from the Navy because she didn't want her son to die like his father. That type of character work is just really good, and you can see the death of Goose really just haunts Tom Cruise's Maverick throughout the film. And that is one of the real highlights and strengths of Top Gun Maverick, and it's the reason why Top Gun Maverick is better than the original Top Gun, just because there is much more emotional stakes and depth to this film. The reason why the third act works so well is because it is Maverick trying to make amends with Rooster mid-combat and seeing them bond together, forming an almost father-son dynamic, a partner relationship type of thing. It is essentially the rebirth of Maverick and Goose, and it's just really great to see. Also, Val Kilmer popping up in this film as the older Iceman was just so incredibly both nice to see, but also really sad to see, because obviously they worked in Val Kilmer's real life conditions, his throat cancer, into the character of Iceman, and it is sad to see almost in a way. Seeing Val Kilmer in this film was really nice, but also it is just sad to see that, you know, Val Kilmer in real life is in pain, almost. He's aged a lot. It's kind of heartbreaking to see, but the way the film pays homage and respect to Val Kilmer's Iceman and how he and Maverick have such a close brotherly bond is just, it was really good stuff. And yeah, from a narrative point of view, it is just the original Top Gun, but like I said, the emotional core and emotional stakes and the overall filmmaking makes the narrative for Top Gun Maverick more compelling. I mean, they do still carry over silly elements from the original Top Gun, like the unnamed enemy that they're fighting, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because that wasn't really the point of Top Gun. The point of Top Gun was the camaraderie between Maverick and the rest of his team. Same thing applies for Top Gun Maverick. It's all about the camaraderie between Maverick and his students. Because, I mean, yes, the film does pay homage to the original Top Gun very heavily. I mean, they recreate the volleyball scene, but they make it football on a beach. The opening to the film is just the opening to the original Top Gun, accompanied with Kenny Loggins' return of Danger Zone. Like, it's perfect in a way as a nice sort of remember this type of moment for the audience, but also you sit down in the cinema, you hear those familiar music cues, and you go, yep, I'm watching a Top Gun sequel. Though I will say a cardinal sin of the film is that they don't play Danger Zone nearly enough. Like, they play it once at the beginning, and I'm like, that's a nice, cool homage, but I mean, we need more of it. Highway to the danger zone. And whilst you are watching a sequel to the original Top Gun, you're also just watching a better movie. I mean, the filmmaking in this is just insane. Obviously, one of the key selling points of this film is the combat they shot inside the actual fighter jets. And it's just insane that Tom Cruise was just like, yep, I'm going to get all these actors to go to flight school and they're going to learn how to fly all these jets. And we're going to put camera rigs inside the jets. And honestly, it seems like overkill, but seeing it play out on screen, it's just absolutely incredible to watch. You watch it and you go, this is incredibly thrilling. You're on the edge of your seat. The turns, the twists, it's so good. All that accompanied with the sound design, like having the Dolby Atmos speakers just blaring in your ears, it's incredible stuff. Some people call Tom Cruise a madman, and he kind of is, but at the end of the day, he does it all in the name of entertaining the audience, to tell the story, to be an emotional but also cinematic roller coaster, to be almost innovative. It's honestly just fantastic work from a filmmaking standpoint. But at the end of the day, Tom Cruise and director Joseph Kosinski basically made an incredible Top Gun sequel. They made a superior film to Top Gun, and it's just fantastic all round. I honestly just love the creative team for this film. You've also got Christopher McQuarrie as writer, and I think he also helped co-produce this. And I think Chris McQuarrie is just an absolute genius when it comes to blockbuster filmmaking. His past two Mission Impossible films are amazing. The working relationship he has with Tom Cruise is fantastic. I mean, the trailer for the new Mission Impossible film looks insane, and I can't wait for that as well. But also, you can also see his fingerprints on this film, and obviously Tom Cruise talks about how important Christopher McQuarrie was in coming up with the idea for Top Gun Maverick. And the thing that I find funny, again, I'm going a little bit of a tangent here, the fact that Christopher McQuarrie approached Warner Brothers with Henry Cavill to pitch a Man of Steel sequel that also set up a Green Lantern buddy cop film with him and Superman was, like, insane. Like, he almost pitched the idea of having Tom Cruise as Hal Jordan. That sounded absolutely fantastic, and yet Warner Brothers was like, nah. Like, what are they talking about? Christopher McQuarrie is one of the best directors working in Hollywood right now. Why would you say no to a Superman film directed by him, starring Henry Cavill and Tom Cruise? Like, what? But anyways, I digress. Top Gun Maverick is a fantastic film. It's a fantastic Top Gun sequel, but it is also a superior film to the original Top Gun. It's just a fantastic film you need to see on the biggest screen with the loudest sounds you possibly can. It is just a visual spectacle and one of the better summer films you're probably going to see this year. It's not my favorite film of the year, but it's definitely up there. I had a really good time with this film. But those are my thoughts on Top Gun Maverick. What did you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Like, subscribe, follow me on social media, all that good stuff. And until we meet again, I'll see you guys next time. Highway to the danger zone.